Good afternoon. It is Wednesday the 28th of July, and it's about 2:40 in the afternoon. And I am making another video, obviously. Haven't made a video on my Ninja in probably 3 weeks or so. I was out riding the Harley this morning. When the weather gets warm like this, it's much more comfortable riding the Harley because on the Harley I don't use a full face helmet. I just use a half helmet, so it's much more pleasant riding in this kind of weather. It's about 82 degrees now. Winds are about 9 miles an hour, so it feels like it's about 88. But I thought I would take a ride over to Cape May again, just to sort of keep up with periodic moto vlogs of the communities down here. Starting this ride at Douglas Park, obviously, and the ferry terminal is off to my right. And being that it is Wednesday, tonight is every Wednesday night in the summer after the 4th of July holiday up through Columbus Day, they have a free outdoor concert here at the ferry. So I don't know, my wife and I may go to that tonight, not sure. We typically do go to that when grandkids are down. But I don't have anything too specific to point out on this ride. I saw that the CDC issued updated guidelines with respect to wearing a mask due to the Delta variant causing an increase in cases. And I don't know if that's going to be adopted here in New Jersey or here in Cape May County. I will tell you that I checked the Cape May County COVID dashboard this morning, and as of this morning there are 94 active cases of COVID in Cape May County. The city of Cape May has 1 active case. West Cape May, which I rode around on in a recent video, has 0 active cases. Cape May Point has 0 active cases. And I think all of Lower Township, which North Cape May is part of Lower Township, but it's a lot more than just North Cape May that comprises Lower Township, has about 8 active cases. So I don't think that COVID is really spreading down here. As a matter of fact, the Cape May County coronavirus dashboard indicates that the rate of transmission, again, for this week is still below 1, meaning that week after week there are fewer and fewer new cases being reported. So, you know, it is certainly not not a part of the country that is experiencing a growth in COVID cases. But a lot of municipalities just adopt whatever the CDC guidelines are. So I guess it is possible that new mask mandates, even for the vaccinated, in an indoor setting will be required down here. And of course, businesses are free to set their own guidelines. It's their business and they can set their own guidelines. So I don't really know, what the effect of these new CDC guidelines are going to be in Cape May. I will tell you that by far the biggest issue, by a wide margin, the biggest issue affecting the communities down here is not COVID, but rather an acute shortage of labor. Every business down here is short-staffed, and it's affecting virtually everything. And prices are going up. So, I don't really know what, if any, these new CDC guidelines will mean to the economy here in Cape May, in and around Cape May. I'm going to go over to Cape May via the West Cape May Canal Bridge. I was thinking about going up and going over the marina. But I think I'll just go over and go right through West Cape May into town. There's been a lot of debates taking place on the Facebook groups for Cape May that my wife is a member of, and I've been reading them, about whether town is really crowded or not this summer. And some people are saying that the crowds have definitely returned, and it's jam-packed over here. Other people are saying, yeah, there are people here, but they're largely out-of-towners on day trips, and they're not really benefiting the local economy the way people would if they were down here for a week vacation. I don't really know what the truth is. I can tell you that it is very difficult to get restaurant reservations, but there are two things that affect that. One is obviously the demand for reservations, but also the availability of tables. And a lot of restaurants, due to the labor shortages, are really not opening up the way that they have in past years. Most restaurants are not open 7 days a week, and this is the high season. So this is a time of year when these restaurants really should be making their money for the year. They should be open 7 days a week, and they should be open as many hours during the day as they can. But I find a lot of restaurants are still closed on Monday and Tuesday. Some close on an ad hoc basis without notice because they found themselves without staff in a particular evening. And I think many restaurants are still trying to exercise some quality control, and they are not filling the house with patrons because even when they are open, because they know they don't have the staff to take care of them. So I don't really know the extent to which the inability to get or make reservations at many restaurants whether that's due to a large number of people coming into town for vacation and placing demands on these restaurants, or whether it's the latter thing that I mentioned. And obviously I'm in West Cape May now. My wife and I were up in Pennsylvania all last week. We drove up the morning after I made that last video of the flag ceremony at Sunset Beach, and we got down 2 nights ago, very late at night. It's a beautiful day today. I think they're calling for some passing thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. So I thought I'd get out on the bike and record a video of a ride today, since probably won't be able to do it tomorrow. And I'm gonna make the normal ride that I do here, go down to the cove, make a U-turn at the cove, and go up to look at the beach, or look at the beach avenue. Looks like all these parking spots are taken, as you can see. The Cove Restaurant has some people dining outside. And this is the cove. You can see the lighthouse over there. Another sort of development since my last video is I mentioned there is a little sort of outdoor bar and grill over at the ferry called On the Rocks. and I mentioned that that was taken over by Exit Zero this year. Well, Exit Zero has announced plans which will have a targeted grand opening in 2023 to really fully develop the grounds of the ferry. They're going to put a lot of other restaurants in over there, and they called it the Ferry Water Park. A lot of shopping, so that area is going to be more developed. And I'm not sure how I feel about that as a homeowner not too far from it. Well, it looks to me, as you can see on the video, pretty much every parking spot along the beach is taken. And as far as I know, the restaurants are not advertising that they have vacancies, so I'd imagine the beach would be pretty full. I don't think I'm going to bother going to the show the Washington Street Mall. I mean, I've shown that enough. I guess I've shown all this stuff enough, but I don't feel like going through there, so I think I'm just going to go around town. I'll go up Beach Avenue to Pittsburgh, and then out Pittsburgh to Lafayette, and come back down Lafayette or Washington. I made a video about the Cape May Mermaid Lovelock Garden, which is up here on the left, right next to the Union Park Hotel, or Macomber Hotel, Union Park Restaurant. And it's right over there is the Lovelock Garden. But I saw now where somebody is selling locks and keys, and you can buy a lock and put your lock on the chain and throw your key out in the Atlantic Ocean, if that's what you want to do. If anybody is interested in the Cape May Lovelock Garden, you can look on my videos and you'll see one that begins at that spot and goes down to the cove. On a personal note, the big thing in our family right now is news from the sporting world with Simone Biles having withdrawn from the team competition in the Olympics. And as I mentioned many times, anybody that has listened to any of my videos knows I have a granddaughter that is very into gymnastics, and you know, it's tough to know what to say to the kids about the decision that Simone made, because you know, I certainly would be the last one to be critical of an athlete that is performing the kind of skills that she is, which is very dangerous. And you know, people say, well, what if Tom Brady didn't come out for the second half of a football game in the Super Bowl, or LeBron James didn't come out for the fourth quarter of an NBA game? But those athletes are not risking paralysis. I mean, if they perform when they're mentally not into the game, they might turn in a very bad performance. Brady might throw interceptions. LeBron might miss jump shots, might miss free throws. But if you're a competitive gymnast, you're doing skills that if you're not focused could lead to some very, very serious injuries. But how do you explain this to a 10-year-old child? Because I can tell you that every gymnast, once you get to a certain level, has a certain nervousness before they perform. It sort of comes with the territory. Every time they are about to get on beam, they're going to be doing things that are very dangerous if they're not executed properly, and they have a healthy degree of nervousness about that. But I think you know, it's a fine line between pushing through that nervousness versus bailing out and letting that nervousness overcome you. And I'm not saying that Simone Biles made the bad decision. She's more accomplished than anything I've ever done, so I'm not questioning her. But in terms of counseling our granddaughter, we're not quite sure how to message that. So I'm up at the marina now, as you can see, and I'm going to turn around and go right back into town. My granddaughter actually had a panic attack or an anxiety attack before one of her meets last year on beam. They're not even 5 foot tall, and these girls are getting up on a wooden beam that is as wide as your cell phone and trying to do backflips on this beam that is 6 foot in the air. And she had one experience where she just broke down and couldn't do it and had to scratch that. So I know that my granddaughter and all of these gymnasts are very nervous when they're about to do some of these skills on uneven bars or the beam or even floor and vault. But part of gymnastics is you got to push through that. But there's a line that I think if you really can't overcome your state of mind to get focused, it is a lot safer to step away. The Southern Mansion, and I am on Washington Street. And there's a pretty good crowd there, you can see on the mall. Now this is going to be interesting. This black Jeep is pulling out, and I guess I guess it's not going to be an art. I thought the car in front of the black Jeep was in reverse and was going to try to back up and get that spot over this guy in the red car. Quick peek at the mall from this end. So I guess that's it. I will pull over up here and end this video. Throw it up, just ride over to Cape May and a ride around town on July 28th.